Okay, so I listened to Kevin Smith's podcast. He talked about Tomorrowland. It was a pretty long portion of the podcast where he discussed it. He talked about seeing it a couple of times, being very visual, occasionally watching it while high. And he was like, "Oh man, it's amazing! It's a great movie," but he didn't say anything about the film that made me really want to go see it. And then American Ultra came out recently. Essentially, from what I could gather, if you like the TV show Chuck and you like stoners, and you're a fan of Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart, this would have been the film you should have gone to go see. But again, considered a very original concept that did poorly. Jumping backwards even farther, Jupiter Ascending was considered to be a very original concept that did poorly. So this video, of course, is about, are we seeing almost nothing in the way of new original concepts? Now the problem with the original is you can look back and take, well, you've got this shot style, it's got this sort of thing blended into it. You know, so you can pick and choose enough different genres and eventually make your case for it's a film that's not truly original. Now I'll jump back a little bit farther. Interstellar. You could technically say a lot of that is very original in the way that it's done, but it made money. Jump farther back. Inception. It's hard to think of a film that you could say, oh, this was truly the idea that Inception was going for. Now, going back even farther than that, Memento. Memento didn't make a tremendous amount of money when it came to the box office, but had a great shelf life afterwards. Starting to see some sort of pattern here? When it comes to making a new original movie, or a new original concept, I should say, you need to have a trailer that can draw people in. You need to have names for people that are really going to draw somebody in. You know, Inception was coming right off the heels of The Dark Knight, and let's be honest, Nolan could have done anything if people had been like, he made The Dark Knight, I liked it, I want to see his next film. Certain people have that name notoriety, and Inception, people loved it. Confusing, sure. Overlong, sure. And then he did Interstellar. People were like, you know, it's Nolan. I liked The Prestige. I liked this film. I like this one. I like this one. You know, I want to see this film. I like what he does. He does these really super epic films. I want to see. And it did well. Now, Jupiter Ascending. The Wachowskis, pretty much they had The Matrix and Matrix 2. Matrix 3, by that time people had turned on. Speed Racer. Visually stunning, had a small built-in audience, didn't do well. Then they did the Cloud Atlas ones, again built-in audience, but did not do well. They then tried to do their super original space opera. Trailer, didn't do well. People have already fallen out of favor with the Wachowskis. Mila Kunis. You know, she's a decent actress. Not someone you want to helm your sci-fi epic. Okay. Channing Tatum. Again, not your male lead in a sci-fi epic. Especially when you give him weird animal ears. And the majority of it is showing him in like Space X Games. So, you had a group that already kind of fallen out of favor. You had a trailer that was meh. But lots of people said, go see it because it's original. If it's original, but you don't like it, why would you go see it? Same thing when it came to American Ultra. When I saw a trailer for it, I was like, Jesse Eisenberg. Who else we got in it? Kristen Stewart? No. Pass. Pass. Even when they showed some places they had a poster where it was like an LCD screen for the poster. And they showed like the smoke coming off in like the background, like, oh, okay, so this is weed super spy movie. No. I tried to watch Pineapple Express and I was like, no. Half-Baked, I kinda dug, but there's a very, very small core audience when it comes to stone. Now, Old School Cheech and Chong, awesome stuff. You can watch that stuff all day long. And I've never been high. I've been near people who are smoking, but I've never been high. You know, that's actually funny. because it's so over the top. So if you are someone's like, I'm not going to go see, the stoner film, all right. So your cross section was stoners who liked Twilight, because you have Kristen Stewart, who lots of people are just, they don't want to see a film that she's in. Probably get a lot of, I guess to really truly enjoy Twilight from the film franchise, you might actually need to have been stoned. But anyways, there's probably not a lot of people who fall into that category. And then you throw in kind of like a super spy aspect. Okay. And Jesse Eisenberg kind of shot himself in the foot when he compared Comic-Con to the Holocaust. That's because he actually has mental disorders. He doesn't like being around people. He actually has anxiety attacks. So being around a crowd of people, being asked questions for him is absolute torture. So from that standpoint, I understand where he's coming from. So again, you've had two films that were very original that didn't have anything really going well for them. Tomorrowland looked very visually impressive, but that was really about it. And I know it's not based off a Disney ride, it's based off a Disney exhibit. And I'm like, oh, they got him there. George Clooney. Yeah, George Clooney to me just always, he didn't feel like it was Batman. He didn't feel like it was an old doctor. He just feels like he should run a fishing boat. He has that look of someone who has worked hard the majority of their lives, not somebody who I think having a highly intellectual job. I picture him as having a very physical sort of job. When he was Batman, I did not get rich kid who was at a tortured life. I got steel worker who lives in an awesome house. And I was like, George Clooney, pass. Like, I thought Gravity was a very well done film. Again, you probably said that borders on the original, for the most part. I hate Sandra Bullock, and I hate George Clooney. Aspect that was great about Gravity, spoiler alert, George Clooney dies. Awesome. That works. So, Tomorrowland didn't do well because it came out at a time when it seemed like, well, do I want to spend, in some markets, it's $30. Do I want to spend $30 to go see a film that might be bad? Or would I rather instead wait, 5-6 months? Get it on Netflix, get it on Redbox. Maybe spend the 10 or $15 it'll take to watch on Amazon, Comcast, or DirecTV. But I'd rather just, there's a lot of other ways you can see it at a much, much reduced price with multiple people. You get a bunch of friends over and watch one of these films. Be like, yeah, we'll get this one off Amazon Prime. We have 24 hours. Get a bunch of people over and watch it that way. Just because you make an original film and it bombs in your run of the box office does not mean that's not going to do well when it comes to DVD sales. There are quite a few films that come out and I'm like, you know what? I like Ant-Man. No desire to see it in theaters. I'll probably see it through Netflix. Fantastic Four, the reboot. Negative desire to see that in theaters. I had the opportunity to see it with a buddy, and he was like, I go see it, and he goes, I'm opposed to spending money on something I know I'm not going to enjoy. He was like, I would want to watch it just to see how bad it is. He goes, I might as well wait for Redbox and spend $1. So there's the people you've got. You got like, I'm interested. Do I want to take time out of my day to go see it, or wait till I get the DVD of it, or Blu-ray, or whatever, however version you want to watch, and then be like, all right, watch it for a little bit, pause, go to something, come back, hit play, finish it through. I've gotten to the point, I used to see a film every single Monday. Yes, I used to go see about 60 films in theaters in the course of a year. Now, and this year we saw Jurassic World, which was a sequel. I saw Mission Impossible, which was a sequel. Avengers, which was a sequel. I'm trying to think if I really saw that many films this year in theaters. Actually, no. Not really. Am I looking forward to seeing something like Star Wars? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, totally. Totally. I could potentially see maybe doing like a work outing or getting some people together and going to Navy Pier. I live an hour and a half south of Chicago. Going to Navy Pier, so hopping a train, ride a train to Navy Pier, going to see Navy Pier IMAX. You know, certain movies I will drop a decent amount of money to go see. You know, if I'm going to go see a movie, I want to go see a movie that's going to be visually stunning. I want to see it on an IMAX screen. Like a 50-inch TV, or 54-inch, whatever, flat screen in our main theater room. I've got surround sound. I can somewhat do the theater experience at home. No one's on their cell phone. No one's talking. I will say, I did want to go straight out of Compton. There's a pigmental issue. Because it also sounds like I had to go see like during the day. I'd be the only person in the theater. So there are some movies, you know what? I would like to see that. Be interesting. But it's a biopic. I can totally have them show up to the house. You know, it's not going to be any different seeing it big screen or small screen. A lot of films I watch on my computer screen. And I don't even use the full screen. I use a small portion of it. I do this on an iPad. I watch movies on my iPad before, while doing something else. Certain films don't require a massive screen. They don't require me to drop, $30 to go see one. I can wait. I've got patience. A lot of films come out. Some of them not very good. I did not see Mad Max. I know people who, even though they got like 4 kids, they saw it twice. Because it was that good. And I was like, man, I want to see that film. But it came out at a time. Couldn't get a sitter. Traveled a lot. It happens. Fast and Furious movies, my wife likes them. I dig them. We know you can sit down and be like, here we go. It was an action film. It was great to see on a gigantic screen with cars flying everywhere. It worked. Mentally stimulating? No. It's vroom vroom, car, boom boom. Fly. People. Punch, punch, kick, kick. So, back to the original point. I'm glad people make original films. Like, when Chronicle came out, I loved Chronicle. Found footage, alien power giving people superhuman abilities. Awesome film. Worked great. Nice use of the found footage style. And it did horrible in the box office. Did do well in DVD sales and digital downloads? Did pretty well. Did decent. Recovered the money. Didn't kill anyone's career who was involved with it. But that's the problem, is if your weekend box office for a brand new film is going to be horrible. What has to help you out is that percentage of drop. If you get 10 million the first week, the next week you got 5 million, that means you have bad word of mouth. If you got 10 million, next week you got 8 million, the people who saw it told people, hey, this is a pretty cool film, you should go check it out. So that initial burst, the bigger that drop is, you get somebody to want to see a film the weekend that it comes out, and that's it. That is their big draw. I want to see this film. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to go see it. And I was like, how was it? Man, it's okay. Expectations are up here. Film was down here. Other films you walk in, you go, all right, what are expectations? I got none. You're very little. Like, trailer's interesting. I got time. I'll go check it out. Then you're like, how was it? It was pretty good. Tell some people, and they go, you know what? I'm going to check it out. So, if you have a bad box office run, but your movie is good, you'll do well when it comes to DVDs and it comes to digital downloads. Or Blu-ray, however the current market terminology is for the selling of the physical media of your movie. You could become a nice cult classic. Look at someone like Sam Raimi. He did a whole string of box office bombs. But guess what? People who saw his films, they bought them. They saw the movie, they liked it, they bought the DVD. They bought the Blu-ray. They bought the special. They bought the one that came in the tin case. They bought the one that came in, the leatherette bound. They bought the soundtracks. They bought the T-shirts. They bought enough things that people went, he's got a cult following. Maybe toss a big budget film his way. If it does well, guess what? You're back in good graces of Hollywood. If you've got a cult following, they give you a big budget, you bomb, you've done better than the vast majority of people who've ever watched a film. You put your name on a large original project, and it didn't do well. You know what? That happens. That's life. You put yourself out there, open to the level of criticism. Critics hit it, didn't like it. Other people saw who were non-critics. If they enjoyed it, you're set. If they didn't enjoy it, that's it. That's the problem with original pieces. You don't know how the audience is going to take it. You might combine too many genres and really end up splitting your audience down. But sometimes you might come up with something that is just really well done. But it takes a lot, especially nowadays with the world of social media. The moment anything happens, it's spread everywhere. And you might get a lot of tremendous positive buzz. But that buzz goes away really quickly. Going back to Paranormal Activity. I got sucked by the market and I went to go see it and I thought it sucked. But it put itself out there. People got so involved in it, they had to go see it. They requested it to be in their theaters. Did the sequel do that? The third one? Fourth one? Fifth one? As you can tell, original idea, if it works well, it becomes a franchise, because that's how Hollywood makes money. They make money by being the first to be second, and to churn it out until nobody cares anymore.